Hello and welcome to our class in Canvas. My name is Brandon Morgan and I am the professor for History of the Mexican Revolution this semester. I'll introduce myself elsewhere on the discussion board and in the instructor intro section of the shell here. So I won't get into that here, but I'm really looking forward to getting to know all of you and learning from your insights into the Mexican Revolution. Something I do want to note, and I'm going to try to just mention it as many times as I can to make sure that the announcement gets through to everyone, is that I will be in Mexico City from July 5th through July 12th. The 5th and the 12th are travel days, so I will be harder than normal to contact. During that time, I'm actually going with a colleague from CNM. We're working on a study abroad program for Mexico City. And so we're doing a little bit of recon work. So that's exciting, and I'm hoping I'll be able to share some interesting things with you, video wise and otherwise, from my stay there while we are studying the history of the Mexican Revolution together. All right, so this video is about how do we navigate our course. Hopefully things are fairly straightforward. This is the student view, so this should be what you see when you enter the course. I'm going to update this image right here. This is the photograph of American spectators from the rooftop of a hotel in El Paso watching the revolutionary fighting in Ciudad Juarez. And so when you click here, this will take you to the current module that we're on. I have to update that manually, so please do bear with me if it gets a little off or a little behind. You can also access the modules here in this modules tab. As you scroll down, you can read a little about our course, of course, find this video, and then my contact info at a glance. So do know where all of that is. Hopefully that's easily accessible. And if you need to contact me, please do use either email or text messaging. I have my phone number down there. I guess I should scroll down there. I left my Western email here. Of course, I've been emailing you from my CNM email. That's the one that I check more frequently. It's bmorgan19 at cnm.edu, and I've listed it in the syllabus and some other places. If you email me at this one for wnmu.edu, it will forward automatically to my CNM email, so I will get it, and I will respond to you probably from my other email address. But again, the point is I try to be as available as possible, especially because our course is so short. Please don't hesitate to reach out with questions whenever you have them. I'm here to help. I'm here to support you. In particular, if you're wondering about how to use Medium or how to use Twitter or how to use even Canvas, do let me know. I'm here to support you in that. I think those things are very great ways to create engagement in an asynchronous online class. But as I've mentioned otherwise, or in other places, I know that we are that some of us don't have any experience with those things, and so I am here to help, and I will help when you ask. So please do let me know when you have questions. All right, you can click here to see an introduction to me. Click here to get to the announcements. You can also use, there will be an announcements tab over here once I start posting announcements. Right now it's empty. All right, so that's the homepage. Of course, you can see to do things that are shortly coming due, or these are the things that are coming due next, I should say, with their due dates. I'm going to click this image because, of course, that's how you can get directly to the current module we're working on. This is the intro module, module 1. We're working on getting to know the course, getting to know each other a little bit, and what we'll be doing this semester. So as you scroll down, I'm not going to read through it all because you can do that. You'll find a link to the syllabus. Of course, I sent you one of those via email. You'll find information about discussion board, directions or instructions, the reading tweets assignment. There's a video tutorial for Twitter if you need it. And as I mentioned, ask questions when you have them. This will take you to information about how to do the blog assignment. You can click here to go to our Medium publication. I'll just actually do that right now. It should open in a new tab, which it did. This is our course blog site or our course publication on Medium. This is where you'll post your blogs. I have added a link to a Medium version of the schedule, the syllabus, if you need it while you're here. And then when you post entries on the blog, they will appear here. There are instructions in the blog assignment So that sheet, please do read through that, because you have to do a couple of extra steps to make sure that your work posts to our class blog and not to your personal Medium page. So be paying attention to that. And once you've registered for Medium, click here. This will open a spreadsheet and you'll add your Medium username. And that's how I'll be able to find you and help you get to our class publication. This will take you to the assignment to add an intro to the class on the discussion board. And then the other thing we're doing for Module 1 is some introductory tweets. So again, read through this, read two of these. I can't remember what I asked you to do. Two of these, and post some tweets about it. This will help us get our toe in the water thinking about the Mexican Revolution, and it will also help us make sure that we're all up to speed on our little Twitter conversations. Every module ends with one of these, so it'll give you kind of a reverse checklist of what you should have completed before thinking that you're done with Module 1. So you can just check that. I've also included here, moving my head around, instructions for the final project, and there's always just a brief description of what's coming next. Then you can click the next button, go to the next module. I'm going to talk about Module 2 real quick because this one's more typical. Usually you'll have an intro and objectives. You'll have the readings. We'll be focusing in each module on the Gonzalez and the Castro book. There will also frequently be some documents to read in the Wasserman. That's a primary document reader, an edited selection, kind of an anthology of works on the Revolution. But Gonzalez is an overview of the Revolution, and Castro is a monograph about the Revolution from the angle of radio technology. So those will be our main texts, and we'll be thinking about how different scholars have interpreted the Mexican Revolution. I do have this video here about the books that we're reading, so I won't talk about them in more detail, but there's a lot of reading to do. It's a history class, it's upper division, it's graduate level, and it's only 4 weeks. And so it is a bit intensive in terms of the reading. And so in this video, I provide you some ideas and hints about how to get through the reading most effectively. I always include some videos, again, not required, but they are helpful. They're supplemental to what we've been reading. In each module, you'll have some reading tweets, and this will list the due date. And then on every other module, more or less, we'll be doing a discussion, and every other module will be a blog post. So for example, when we jump ahead to Module 3, and this is the last one I'll go through in any detail, do note that Module 3 is weird because it lasts the whole week of the 3rd through the 9th because of the July 4th holiday. So I'm expecting that you'll take some time off, and that's more than fine. During this module, that's when I'll be leaving and getting to Mexico. So this one, intro and objectives, readings, videos, just like the last one. But instead of a discussion, this time we're doing a blog post. So again, every other module will be a discussion or a blog post. They switch off. Never both for a single module. And this provides the guidelines for the blog posts, and there's always a specific prompt that you'll respond to. All right, so as I promised, that's the last I'll do of the modules. Hopefully you can just kind of walk through them and navigate them as we continue. The syllabus, if you need a quick link to the syllabus, go here. If you want a PDF version that's more easily printable, you can download one from this link. There's also a link to my contact info, that instructor information page that you can get to from the homepage is here, and all of the assignment instructions. There's also a calendar here below and a breakdown of the grading. This, of course, takes you to the discussion board. And, again, as necessary, depending on what you're working on, you'll go to whichever discussion you need to get to. This is just a more direct way of getting there without having to go through one of the modules to get there. I do have an extra Does Anyone Know module here, or not module, but discussion forum, I should say. So if you have questions, you can ask the whole class, and this is a way that we can all respond to each other. Sometimes that might help you get answers more quickly than if you're waiting for me, especially during that week that I'm in Mexico. But as I said, I try to be as quickly responsive as I can be. Also, this one is for questions, thoughts, ideas about the final project. So it's not something that's required, but it's when we start working on the project. If you're not quite sure what you're doing, or you want to talk more about certain aspects of the book, The Underdogs, you could post those things here. All right, assignments. This is the last thing I'll show you. This shows what assignments are coming due by order of due date. So you can just see everything in order and get to those assignments directly without having to go through the module. Here's how you can check your grades. And then there are other resources that are available to you through Western New Mexico University. All right. I hope that is helpful in understanding how our course is laid out and designed. Again, I'm looking forward to getting to know you and to working with you on the Mexican Revolution. And I will talk to you again soon.